Growing up is a really sucky thing that happens to everyone. Whether we like it or not, we will all get older and die. There's nothing we can do about it because that's just how it works. I don't do well with this fact, and I assume you don't either. Getting older has always been something that never sat right with me. I've struggled with something akin to Peter Pan syndrome for the past year now, and it's taken a toll on me. Granted, I've only been a real adult for maybe a year and a half at this point now. I'm 21 at the time of me making this, so this isn't really anything special, but the sentiment still stands. I don't want to be a grown-up. I'm borderline stupid, and I have no real plans for a future, even if I don't exactly need any right now. No one knows what to do with themselves in their early to late 20s, and I've noticed this is prevalent in the media I consume as I've gotten older. One of those things that I made an effort to pick back up that hits this nail right on the head is Solanin by the talented mangaka Inio Asano. Inio Asano has created outstanding works such as Goodnight Poon Poon and Dead Dead Demons DDD... How many Ds are in this? Dead Dead Demons DDD Destruction. I feel like everyone should be familiar with him, even if you haven't read his stuff personally. Poon Poon became insanely popular a couple of years ago, and his other story, A Girl in the Shore, was quite the talk of the town amongst my peers a while back. He crafts entrancing worlds within intricately drawn panels that bring you, the reader, into a whirlwind of emotion. It's impressive and admirable. I've been a fan of Asano's since I was far too young to conceptualize the meanings behind his stories, so as I reached adulthood, I started revisiting some of his stuff. The classic Poon Poon followed by Downfall, which led to Nijigahara Holograph. Eventually, I got to Solanin. This is where things get tricky. I have some explaining to do before I continue with what I'm going to say about Solanin. As I've mentioned in a few uploads prior, I do not have a regular relationship with the media I consume. I latch onto things like movies, TV shows, and books as if my life depends on it, and in a way, it does. What I consume at any given point in my life will drastically change the way that I live. For example, John Green's Looking for Alaska, one of my favorite novels ever, brings out the eclectic adrenaline junkie in me. This momentary bliss is thanks to the title character, Alaska. For whatever reason, attaching myself to characters in fictional worlds has always been a part of me. It has only gotten more intense as I've gotten older. I'm no stranger to inserting myself into the shoes of fictional characters, and I'm definitely not new to watching the same things on repeat. My brain works in cycles. During each season of the year, I watch, read, or listen to the same things that I've known about since I was about 14. Some of these things go even further back than that. For instance, my favorite anime ever, Fooly Cooly, basically morphed me into the person I am today. I've seen the 6-episode long show over 1,000 times in the past decade or more, and as I get older, the more I love it. Obviously, a 7-year-old wouldn't completely understand the anime, but I still ended up obsessing over it. It could be a mix of nostalgia bias and my inability to let things go, but I absolutely adore Fooly Cooly storytelling. It's the type of show that grows with you. Its impact changes, and the story beats hit harder each time you rewatch it, at least for me. Fooly Cooly has become a sort of beacon of hope in my life, no matter how ridiculous that may sound. Being able to grow up with it has been fun. Along with my unhealthy attachment to Fooly Cooly and several other things such as the aforementioned Looking for Alaska comes my unfortunate perspective on life as a whole. I'm unhappy. Well, I'm depressed. It's as simple as that. I've been medicated for the past year or so, but still struggle heavily with mental health. A symptom of this has been my fear of growing older. Becoming an adult is a very scary thing that I don't think enough people talk about openly. It's something that you can't stop. It's inevitable, but painful. With this fact, I indulge myself in media to stop the soul-crushing feeling of aging. Even still, I find myself feeling melancholic over the concept through these films, books, or albums. The song Book Thief by June Henry is a big one here. It might just be the way that I interpret it, but it feels like the fear of aging is present in these lyrics. The line, "People aren't like flowers," really gets to me, along with the opening line, "When does person become body?" The uncertainty intertwined with the melody alone is heartbreaking to me. I don't know what to do with myself. Getting a real job, continuing school, and honestly just living is hard when, in my head, I'm still just a kid. People come and go in your life. You can't keep everyone you've ever met, whether that be because of life paths changing or death. I wish to keep those I have now as close as I can, but it's impossible to keep things the same forever. I feel like all I'll be is a tortured artist for the rest of my life, surfing friends' couches and failing at my artistic endeavors while working fruitless jobs. Fearing the next day because of the unstoppable passage of time on top of my already unbearable depression and general anxiety that everyone is familiar with. What I feel isn't unique, and that's what stops me from creating sometimes. But sometimes you need to be the voice you want to hear. That's why I create. That's why I try to do things that will bring me any type of solace in this world. It's why I write stupid little songs or make these ridiculous YouTube videos. You don't exactly have to be great at what you do. You just have to make it exist. In short, it's better to make something than not. My issue is that I want to make something perfect. Something that will change the world in a way. Something that will change the way people perceive art. That's a hard thing to do. Aaron Posner's Stupid Fucking Bird, a modern take on Anton Chekhov's The Seagull, has been a piece of art that has done that to me recently, along with Solanin. My college recently did a rendition of it a little while ago, and I went to see it unexpectedly. I went into it unsure of how I'd feel. Being familiar with Chekhov's work, I knew I'd find some type of enjoyment out of it, but had no idea about the actual impact it would leave on me after. I heavily relate to the protagonist Conrad, a struggling playwright whose cynical view of art in the world affects his way of living. He tries his best to impress those around him while also trying to stay true to himself in a way. He puts on a play that falls flat in front of his friends and family, which acts as the catalyst to the rest of the show. The way that the play as a whole is set up is very interesting. The characters regularly interact with the audience and invite you to think critically. A monologue that I think fits well into this video takes place in the first act. It's spoken by the character Mash. You're born and then you live and then you die. You never get to know the reason why. You breathe and then you don't. You've just begun. You're hot, you rot, and then you're done. So where's the part of this that's fun? Life is a muddle, life is a chore. Life is a burden, life is a bore. This apple is rotten right down to its core. Life is disappointing. You love and then you lose, that much is sure. That's just the way it is, you must concur. You hope and like a dope, you're wrong again. You try, you die, so why begin? It's all a game, you'll never win. Life is a muddle, life is a chore. Life is a burden, life is a bore. This apple is rotten right down to its core. Life is disappointing. Okay, you must have had enough of me showcasing my backlog of media I consume, so let's cut to the chase. Solanin is a beautiful story. In short, it's about a young woman, Mako, who recently graduated from college and works, and eventually quits, her lifeless office job. She hates it, and along with that, her life as a whole. She lives with her boyfriend Taneda, a part-time illustrator and aspiring musician. Together, they live a simple and boring life as young adults. Taneda and his college band, featuring Keito, the bassist, and Jiro, or Rip, or Billy, the drummer, get together about twice a month to jam. With Miko's somewhat aggressive encouragement, the band creates a demo CD to pitch around to get their music off the ground while juggling adult lives, working thankless jobs, yet still staying connected somehow. There are countless glimpses into the minds of each character in every chapter that really lean into the lost 20-something thought process. The question, are you truly happy, is plastered all over the story. Being young adults fresh enough out of college, the magic of the world slowly dies with each passing day. Everything feels the same, and all you can do is work your 9 to 5 so you don't starve. This is life. It's not an inherently happy life, but it's a life nonetheless. The characters of Solanin don't feel like they are truly living or satisfied with their lives. They continue to exist in an unrewarding existence. In one of my favorite parts of the manga, Mako visits Rip at his pharmacy job for some medicine, but also for something more. She asks, "Are you satisfied with your life?" Rip replies with, "Aren't you supposed to find that out when you die?" I don't want to get too into it, since I'd really like to encourage you to look into Solanin yourself. Preferably the manga over the 2010 film, though the film itself is a perfect adaptation in what I've been using as B-roll footage. I just think that it's neat. Solanin is a fantastic story that I want more people to experience on their own. It's incredibly moving and something that has changed my outlook on life for the past couple of weeks. This will definitely become a piece of art that will grow with me as I get older. No matter how hard I try, I will have to grow up eventually, and solanin has shown me that. Without giving too much away, I hope I encourage you to at least check out the Wikipedia page. I want to live fully. I want to do what I want to do. I want to create. I want to inspire. I want to live as simply as that, even with the anchors that hold me back sometimes. Pursuing stupid dreams is the key to doing more than just breathing. Choosing to stick to the mundane is what will lead you down a path of feeling unfulfilled. Try a new hobby. Finish that creative project you've been putting off, and continue doing what makes you feel like you. There's nothing better than trying to live life as your truest self. With the demoralizing feeling of coming of age beaming down on you at every second, it's worth the shot and risk to do what you really want to.
Stuff me with my robot parts, tear my hands.
This video came to me randomly after I finished reading Solanin, and I cried for about 4 hours straight afterwards. So if that doesn't give you, like, the understanding of how moving this piece of art is, I don't know what to tell you. There is nothing more that I can do to try and convince you to read this. It's online, you can find it. The movie itself is on YouTube. You can just watch it. It's all there. Everything is here. The Wikipedia page is free. Just watch it. Just read it. Please. I am begging you. I am on my hands and knees begging. Well, I'm not doing that. I am begging though. This video isn't exactly what I wanted to do for my next upload, but I just needed to get these words out there. I really needed to do something about this feeling that I had inside of me. So here we are. I want more people to have something that will grow with them. It's truly a privilege to grow with something that you can have such a deep connection with, whether that be music or film or anything. But the fact that this manga has done so much to me in the span of a month has truly done something. I don't have much to say. This whole bit is unscripted. I'm just gonna leave you to it and hope that I convinced you. So, thank you, and don't mind that I only have nails on one hand. Don't worry about that. That's none of your business.